right, people. That's it. Eugene. June's okay. Still cold. It's getting dark. I'm not going to run much longer. Just want to give you guys a little brat to get you through the week. Remember, whatever makes you happy, whatever you guys want to do, as far as do it your way, do it whatever. Don't take my word. Don't take my advice. Use what you can for... What's up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniac is in the cave, doing a little bit of wrenching, a little bit of teardown cleaning. Welcome all Muggy Maniacs, Truggy Maniacs, Buggy Maniacs, yeah, Monster Truck Maniacs. So most of them are headaches, but they are Nitro RC. Shout out also to 5th Scale Insaniacs. So I guess I can't go a day without people just wanting to instigate. Okay, first off, let's before I get in somebody's ass right now, because I'm just tired of his mouth, and you guys know who I'm talking about. We're going to call him Wish Wash Potato Head. That'll be his new name, because he is a potato head, and he is wishy-washy. Maybe he's going to race, maybe he's not going to race. Maybe he's going to get a motor modded, maybe he's not going to mod it. Maybe he's going to go by Mr. Zaz Break-In, maybe he's going to combine Mr. Zaz Break-In with what his hobby shop guy tells him. Or maybe he's just going to figure it out on his own. Wish-wash. Obviously can't think for himself. Misguided, misdirected. Yeah, he might want to blame it on me. By the way, for the record, that Ultra plug that he asked me about, that plug was recommended to run in the Pico by Rick Brake at RB Mods. So, don't blame me. Why don't you call Rick and blame him? Okay, he's the one that said those are good because the Pico plugs are hard to find. He said the next best plug to run in Picos is that plug. So I didn't just come up with that on my own. I was recommended that by Rick at RB Mods. So we've got other things to talk about right now. We'll get back to Mr. Brake at another time, because there's more to that saga coming. Because people, like I said, want to make it out like I'm trying to bring people down. I'm trying to talk bad about people. All I'm doing is giving people the truth and giving you guys facts, and that's all I've ever done. So I'm sorry if the truth hurts, but sometimes it does. And that's all I'm ever going to do, is just give you guys truth based on facts and evidence that I will present to you. Okay? So, I don't remember the last time, and I've watched all of his videos, and I want Mr. Potato Head, since he wants to open his mouth, to prove that John Bodegel does it what he says. And again, wishy-washy. John has always used a heat gun, and he's used a head warmer. Okay, I've never heard him say or show on his video, and somebody proved me wrong. Okay, I challenge somebody. Show me a video where John depends on his low-end needle and getting his engine at temperature. That's a bunch of bullshit. So again, Mr. Wish-Wash Potato Head is talking out his ass. Okay? Miss Bodegel has always used, in his break-in cycles, heat guns. He's used the heat. And he's always used it to keep the temperature going. Or he's put his head warmer on. I've seen every single one of his break-in videos. And that's one thing that I will give credit due where credit's due. I mean, this isn't about, he said, she said. All I'm doing is defending where people subliminally want to mention, that, oh, well, it's my fault because I threw a connector on. By the way, there's also a video. You guys can go, I'm not sure which one it is, but there's a video that the nitro turd specifically states, if you've never, because everybody has that's been around long enough, if you've never, ever, ever snapped a connection rod or blew a motor up, then you haven't been doing nitro long enough. The nerd said that on a couple of his videos. Okay? And does that mean that everybody has to, have something happen? Well, if you've been, like I said, if you've been doing it long enough, that is going to happen anyway. Okay? Or might happen. Some people, they get away with not even happening. I've had it happen to when I had my pull start on my first XTM. That one was running lean. Well, I don't even think it was lean. It was pretty rich. It was a cheap motor. It was a pull start. But anyway, that's he or she say, okay? As far as breaking in an engine, you don't want to know how I break in an engine? I break in an engine the same way Adam Drake does. So if you're a newbie, a new guy, and you watch my channel, okay, I recommend, because I that's the way I break it. I don't recommend the way I break it in. I break it in the way I break in. I use the heat cycle like Mr. Za. Okay. I do the Potatohead heat cycle. 4 times I heat it up. Okay. Set the piston bottom dead center. Heat it up. Get it up to about 200, over 200 at least. Let it cool down. Make sure the piston's bottom dead center. And as soon as it cools back down to the regular temperature that when you started, heat it up again. Do that 4 times. Then, after that, I heat the motor up again on the vehicle. Like, I don't do it John's way because I don't have a Huddy break-in stand. So if you're trying to say, anybody out there, that you do it exactly the Potatohead way, unless you got a Huddy stand, you're not doing exactly the way he does it. Because when you have a Huddy stand compared to doing it on the vehicle, it's a whole different ball game. You're putting it under load because, whether you have the tires on it or not, it's turning the drivetrain in it. Okay, even Mr. Zaz said that. It's a different. He has both videos of breaking in on whips, because he's done both, and without a whip. So if you do it exactly the way he breaks it in on a whip, then you're doing it identical to him. And like I said, he's always used a heat gun, and he's always used a head warmer. And he'll never change that. And he doesn't just run a quart of fuel. He runs a lot of fuel through it. And that's his deal. I don't. Okay, like I said, the only thing I've learned that I use in breaking in my engines from Mr. Za is the heat cycle. If you go watch Adam Drake, he has a video, okay, that he did on breaking in engines. So if you want to listen to some potato head, some idiot that doesn't know what he's talking about, okay, half the time. I'm not saying he doesn't know anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying half the time he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just going by what people tell him. That's why some of the guys that I know called him. I wasn't even the one that made it up. One of his subscribers made up the wish-wash thing because he's so wishy-washy about everything that he does. Like I said, he's going to break in a motor. No, he's not going to break in a motor. He's going to send it to Rick. No, he's going to send it to Lance. Oh, he's going to race. Oh, no, he's not going to race. Oh, he's going to do... He's just always wishing-washy back and forth. Like, make a decision and stick to your guns and do it. Okay? So anyway, Adam Drake runs 4 tanks of fuel on the box. Go watch his video. That's the way I do it. I run 4 tanks of fuel on my vehicle with the engine in the vehicle on the bump box. Tilt it in an angle so you can get all the oil, because you're running it really rich, get all the oil running out, okay, of the pipe. 4 tanks, okay, on the bump box or on your stand or whatever. Then he runs another, then once he puts it on the ground, he runs another 4 tanks. The first tank, what he does is he puts, he only goes quarter throttle. Okay, runs a full tank, quarter throttle. Okay, just cruising it, doing the figure eight. As soon as it dies down, as soon as he's done running that tank, then he stops. Okay, and then he lets it cool off for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, it's in his video. Okay, and then once it lets it cool off for about 15 minutes, chill, fills it up again, and next tank he runs, he does the figure eight thing on his video, and he does it for another tank at half throttle, and then he goes 3/4 throttle, and then he goes, he runs each tank. He runs at a different, all the way up to the fourth tank he runs, he starts pinning it, he starts giving it full throttle, okay? And then he takes it, kind of with the tune, pretty much with the tune he already has, takes it to the track or whatever, and just starts ripping it, okay? Go watch Adam Drake's break-in video. That's what I've used, and that's what I've always used. The only thing I use from potatohead is the heat cycle. Adam Drake doesn't really even do the heat cycle, and Adam Drake does the motor baths now, but this was back before he started doing motor baths. Everybody knows he does his motor oil bath break-in thing now, but for 30-something years, he's done it that way on that video. It's still up, the video. I think it was that guy from whatever, I forgot his name, but he's got a channel himself. But but Adam Drake does that break-in. He does the figure eight, okay? So for somebody to say that that does harm to you, you're going to say that Adam Drake is doing harm to his motor? You're a fucking idiot. Okay, excuse my language. Again, more BS and more lies from the potato head. He can't just do a video and say what he's got to say. He's got to just continue to go and continue to go and continue to go. And like I said, I will defend myself. As long as he wants to open his mouth up and make accusations, I guess I'm going to continue to have to do these videos of defending myself. Because I'm not going to let him slander me one bit. Okay? And for him to say, oh yeah, well I'm the one that's doing a channel of bashing. He started the whole thing. Okay? Opening his mouth up until that video where he started jumping on sucking John Bodegell's dick, okay? Because, for the record, Mr. Da doesn't want anything to do with him, okay? And the reason he doesn't, and he's personally told me this, okay, whether anybody believes me or not, okay? He's personally told me, I have threads of text that he sent me, okay? And I'm not going to put all that out there. But just from when we talked last, I don't talk to him every day. I never said that I talked to him. I was talking to him for a while, but obviously with this, him defending the RB mods thing, and obviously he's getting paid. The reason that these guys are going out on a limb and just becoming YouTube salesmen and sales reps and pitching, whether it's fuel or pitching, engine mods or whatever, it's because they're getting something out of it. That's why. I'm not pitching nobody, and I've had people offer me shit. These guys don't care what the reputation is, what the people are, whatever it is. As long as these people are hooking them up, they will say whatever you guys want to hear. Okay, whatever they tell them to say. They're like the preacher selling that snake oil. You guys have heard of that before, right? These people out there that are doing all this sales pitching and infomercials on YouTube are getting something out of it. Whether it's getting paid on the side, whether it's getting hooked up with free shit, it's what it is. I'm just keeping it real, man, 100%. That's all I'm doing. Is presenting you with facts and truth and evidence. Okay? The reason he didn't want anything, Mr. Zod didn't want anything to do with Woogie, because he doesn't like the fact that all the things that he's teaching, his adventure into what? The abyss? His adventure into screwing shit up? And I've told him plenty of times, and I never do that. I've always done my own homework and experiments and my trial and errors, not on video, okay? I've done it off video. Once I learn what works and what doesn't work, then I do a video and share it with people. It's that easy. Not showing all these how many times you fuck up a diff. And for the record, I don't care whether anybody believes me or not, I have never, ever, 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 in all my years of Nitro or RC when I did E-Word, have never have jacked up so many diffs. And you know why people jack up diffs? It's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know how to shim. A lot of times they don't even need to shim. But once again, they're going by what other people tell them instead of doing their own homework and their own research. And in the meantime, it's at their expense because they're fucking up shit. This techno has never had any diff issues. I've never touched as far as had any diff problems. Ever. Okay? Never. I never will. Either with the buggy. Either with any of my vehicles. I've never had diff issues. The only one that I've had diff issues, because they're weak, and I've told you guys before, is the XTM Muggy Mammoth. Okay? The other Mugen, I've never had diff issues, man. I've never seen somebody blow through so many diffs in all my years. Okay? Oh, and also, you can go on my channel, go look up Muggy Maniac, go into my channel. It'll tell you when I started on YouTube. 2015. What are we, 2020? Okay, yeah. So I'm not new to this. Okay? I had a lot more videos, and when I changed phones, a lot of them got deleted. Otherwise, there would have been like twice as many videos as I have now. I regret that. I mean, that sucked that happened because I had stuff when I first got the XTM. I had videos of that. I had videos of when I first got the Mugen MBX 5. So anyway, if you want to learn, people, this is the best advice I can give any newbie. Don't listen to me. Don't go how I break in. I have videos. You can go watch my videos of break-in. Okay, everybody does videos, does their own break-in. And even Adam Drake says in that video, there's not one better way to break in an engine. He specifically states that. But there is a wrong and a right way. And I do it the way Adam Drake does it, or used to do it. Okay, he used the motor baths, but he did it that way on his video for 30-something years, and he's broken in tons of Nova Rossi engines and now OSs, so that guy knows what he's talking about. I would watch and I would believe what Adam Drake says before anybody on YouTube. I don't care if they've got 500 million subscribers. I would go by Adam Drake because he's a professional factory team racer, and more importantly, he's a legend. Okay? And then I know people will say, well, he races and it's different from bashing. Yes, it is. But there is a lot of things that are universal and you can apply to bashing or recreational, whatever you want to call it, that he teaches. And if you own a Mugen, I suggest don't watch anybody on YouTube except for Adam Drake. He is the Mugen master. That's why he's developing shit for them and they trust him. I won't listen to nobody. When it comes to Mugens, or to say if I owned OSs, or whatever Adam runs, I would go to him before anybody. I don't care, like I said, how many subscribers somebody has, some whatever guy has on YouTube. I don't care. Adam Drake's a legend. That guy deserves the utmost respect because of who he is. And I'm not saying other people don't deserve respect, but respect is something earned. It's something that's not just given to you. You earn respect. And how you earn respect is you don't talk trash about people, okay? You don't lie, more importantly. Okay? And I don't talk trash about people just out of nowhere. I've never just started any of this or my channels and just because I felt like I had nothing better to do. But it's idiots like Potatohead that want to try to suck up to somebody that doesn't even give a shit about him. Okay? That's why he doesn't comment anymore. That's why he probably has him blocked and he's unsubscribed to him. Mr. Zah wants nothing to do with him. And am I saying that me and him are buddies? No. We've never been buddies. I just have a mutual respect for him. And how dare I talk about him? I'm telling the truth, and I don't care who is who. It doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. The truth has no identity. Okay? Again, if the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't apply to you, then let it fly. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay? So, you know, I'm getting really fed up with Mr. Potato Head just all these lies. And he has no proof, and he's never given you guys any proof. All he's given you is what's come out of his mouth. That's it. Okay? He doesn't do any research. He doesn't do any homework. Okay? You know, so and it's, you know, the saddest thing about all this between me and him is I really, really at one time thought the guy had a lot of potential. And I'm the one that helped him get into the YouTube, and he will never admit that. He wouldn't have never had a YouTube channel if it wasn't for me encouraging him, because he didn't want to do it. And that's God's honest truth. I put that on my 2 daughters. And if anybody wants to talk bad about me putting it on my daughters, when I put it on my daughters, that means that's the truth. That's the wholehearted truth. I have no reason to lie to you guys. I have nothing to gain from it. I've always told the truth. Okay? So when somebody says, you know, that expression, I put it on my kids, that's meaning that I'm telling the God's honest truth. So God, strike me down right now. Woogie, Potatohead, Mr. Chris Tenner only started the channel YouTube because I encouraged him, because he didn't want to do it. And he has the balls to say that he's never copied me. I had a Techno Chuggy, he bought one right after I got mine. Same thing with the Mugen, he just happened to find an MBX5, just like mine. Coincidence? I doubt that. If you guys think that, you're naive. Techno Buggy, NB 48.4. Oh yeah, he just happened to get one of those. Can't you guys see the pattern? Are you guys that bliss? I mean, are you guys that ignorant to the fact that this guy just continues to lie to you guys? And all of you people out there that subscribe to Woogie and support him, and I'm not saying don't help the guy out or whatever it is. I'm not saying I'm not trying to it's called defamation of character. That means when you try to slander somebody, you try to ruin their character. That's what he's tried to do to me, and all I've done is tell the truth. He just doesn't like the truth being told. He will tell people that he likes you to give him comments, and he used to anyway. He doesn't do that now. But he's just like the Nitro Turd. These 2 guys, these 2 idiots, okay, can dish it out, but they can't take it. They don't like the criticism. It bothers them, and they don't like to be wrong. I mean, who doesn't? But to go overboard and just blatantly lie to people, and like I said, the sad part is that you people out there that are Woogie, Potatohead, Chris Tenner subscribers, you guys, he feeds you the bullshit, and you guys believe it. That's the saddest part about it, and I think it's comedy, you know. And I don't care whether you guys subscribe to me. I'm never going to beg nobody. And that's another thing that I respect about Mr. Zah, is he's never told anybody subscribe. I've never begged anybody. I've never plugged anybody but other people's channels. I've never said, oh, hey, get a Mugen, or get a, I mean, I've said get a Mugen, but I've never, you know what I mean? I never tried, oh, well, Byron's, I'm no salesman for nobody. Nobody's hooking me up with nothing, okay? And even if they did, I'm not going to turn into no infomercial, okay, and sell out like a lot of people have. So anyway, that's, if you want to learn how to break in a motor, okay, go watch Adam Drake. Don't watch anybody else. Adam Drake, the legend, okay, has a video, okay, before he was doing the motor bath, of how to properly break in a nitro motor. It has nothing to do with what Potatohead said. It has some stuff to do with what John teaches, and that's the way that I do it. Okay? I run about 10 tanks of fuel through my vehicle, and I'm good. Okay? I'm brapping. Okay? So, you guys want to believe his lies, go ahead. You want to believe that Rick's the best modder out there and Rick's this reputable guy. Well, listen, I'm going to continue to give you guys evidence. That Pico P3.28 is coming my way. Also, for the record, okay, you know what lapping a piston does? Let me tell you, and this is what I learned from experts that do it for a living. When you lap a piston, the reason you lap a piston is what it does is it helps relieve some of the tightness. It's not done to all motors. And it never comes from a factory, does not lap a piston. Don't get that twisted, people. Go do your own homework. Don't believe what these people say on YouTube. Just like I tell you, don't believe me. I'm not like, the final word. I always tell you guys that. I tell you guys all the time, don't believe or go by what I say. I'm not saying don't believe me. I'm just saying don't always go by what I say. Go do your homework. I have no reason to lie to you, but go do your homework. Go do your own research. Go do your own testing. I'm not going to tell you, hey, go buy a Triton, you know. I'm not going to say this is the best, pipe out there. I know what it does. All I will tell you, buy one, try it. You make your own assessment with anything. Go buy an engine. Go buy one of these badass Novorossi Vertices, .21, nasty little pea shooter. Go buy one of these. Run it. You'll love this motor. I'm going to run it again, but I don't know if I'm going to get it modded or not. I might just leave it as it is. This would be an excellent motor if I wanted to race. This one here. So, anyway, just do your homework, man. Don't be lazy. Don't go by what I say or anybody says or potatohead or Mr. Za. Don't just believe what people tell you. Go do your own research. But the reason people don't is because they're too fucking lazy. That's the problem. Excuse my language. Okay? People these days are too fucking lazy. They got the E-word mentality. Okay? Man, I hate doing these videos like this, man. Every time I can't watch YouTube without somebody wanting to tell lies and try to slander me, and I'm not going to put up with it. If I have to do a video every time Potato Head opens his freaking mouth, then I will. But at the same time, let me do you some teaching, okay? So you guys do your homework and you be the judge and jury, okay? I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I've never ever said any of that. I'm not perfect. I don't have the perfect whips. I don't, this channel is to help people out, to help the newbie. I don't see Potato Head giving away shit. He's got all this money to get all these, $100 servos left and right and to buy all these things, but he can't help somebody out. I help people out, and I can't afford to do what I can afford my hobby. But I don't have extra money laying around where I can give away shit. But you know what? I make sacrifices. I do it anyway. Because that's why I started this channel, to help somebody out. So let's get back to regular schedule, or try to get back to regular schedule program. Okay? Now, I told you guys I'm going to give away an engine to the best RTR. Whoever has the best RTR whip, and it could be upgraded to the max, but the base of it has to be an RTR. I'm going to push the contest back one more month because there's a few people out there that got projects going on that are rebuilding some of their RTRs, okay? Some of their Losies and whatever they have, okay? So we're going to push it another month. And on top of that, since I'm doing that, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm going to give away to the second. I want not just one person to get a free motor. I want there to be, runner up. So whoever comes in second place, I'm going to give them, okay, one of these sets of, these are Yaw Racing. These are one of my favorite. I use these probably more than I use my MIPs, and I have a couple sets of MIPs now. Those are the best, don't get me wrong. For everything, put it this way, the MIPs I use for torque, for really torquing on something, or something that's really tight, breaking it free, I use those because of the grip. But most of the time, I use these Yaw Racing. They're light, they're hardened, heat-treated steel. The tips, I like them, they're very, very sharp, so they bite, and it has these ends of them, they swivel. So when you have it in your palm, you can go like this and turn it. So so the second place winner of the contest will get a set of these Yaw Racing hex drivers, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, and 3.0, all four. That will be second place for the second baddest RTR. And I'm not buying it. I don't care if it's a muggy or not. Matter of fact, there's a guy right now that I seen his whip that he's got, and it's, you know, it's not a muggy. Um, it's a Losi, and it's an RTR, and it's pretty badass. Oh, and also, I didn't know that that guy's whip was a 2.0, and because that's what he told. I mean, I didn't know it was a 3.0 or it was an RTR. He just told me what it was. I'm not a Losi expert, so that's why I don't know about it. You're asking the wrong guy about Losis. I mean, I know certain things about Losis, but I'm no Losi expert. So anyway, by the way, that guy also, okay, that I did that video when I was tuning his whip. He's got not a brand new, but he picked up a roller. He's a newbie. He's only 3 months into it. Again, I'm helping out people. So where people get off that I'm bad for the hobby and that I help more new people and I hook people up when I don't see these people hooking nobody up. I don't see these people that talk shit about me helping nobody out. All I hear these people is just running their mouth and talking out their ass. At least if I'm going to talk shit, at least I back it up, give you proof of it, and on top of that, I help people out. Okay? I've done these contests before, and I'll continue to do them. And like I said, I'm no Daddy Warbucks. I don't got money coming out my ass. I'm sacrificing. Can't afford to give away a motor, but you know what? I'm going to give one away anyway because I want to help somebody out. And I want to help keep this hobby growing and fun, okay? And it's all about the new guy. It ain't about me, okay? So regardless what people say, you believe. If you want people to sell you a river and sell you all this snake oil and bullshit, go ahead, man. You guys are idiots, okay? Anyway, yeah, so second place, we'll get one of these sets of Yao tools. And like I said, that guy that I did the tuning on his Losi, he has a RC83, whatever it is. It's not a brand new one, but it's the last year's model associated buggy. It's a roller. He wants me to tear it apart, rebuild it for him, put all kinds of goodies on it. I'm looking for a motor for him right now. So it's a project, and I'll be showing you guys that. He's supposed to bring it by sometime this week, so I told him I'd help him out and build this thing for him. You know, he used to do E-Word, but he's getting into Nitro. He's got an 8, he's got an NBX, no, he's got a 7, just like mine, Chuggy. He's got that Losi 3.0, and he just picked up this Associated that he wants me to put goodies on it. He said he's got a $500 limit, and I told him, we'll see what we can do, but we're going to make that Associated badass. So it'll be my first Associated that I've wrenched on, as far as the newer ones. I wrenched on old ones back in the days, but I never wrenched on the newer ones, so this is going to be something, a new experience for me, but I'll show you guys as it comes. Another thing I want to touch on real quick before I end this video, again, I apologize, man, to all my loyal subscribers. But this potato head, I'm not going to put up with this guy's bullshit and his lies. Every time this guy puts up a video and he wants to try to talk shit about me and try to slander my name and drag my name through the mud, I'm going to defend myself. Okay, so that's the way it's going to be. And if he wants to go toe-to-toe and battle and, you guys call it drama, whatever, hey, if you don't like hearing the truth, if you want to be lied to and smoke blown up your ass, go watch his videos. You're on the wrong channel, because all you're going to get here is the brutal, honest truth. I will always keep it 100% real. So I'm gonna run the Virtus. I'm not sure what I'm gonna run it in. I want to run it in the Mugen. I want to get my Mugen buggy, even though I haven't found the chassis yet for it. The one that I was gonna get, the guy can't ship it. I guess it's in somewhere in Europe. It's one of those things where they don't ship. He won't ship to the States. So that sucks. But I'm still searching. I'm going to get a brand new chassis for this. But for the meantime, I think I've got it to where we'll be okay as far as the mounts. So I'm going to try to run this thing next. I mean, I was going to run the Techno Truggy. I'm not going to... This is going to get torn down. I've got the aluminum drive shafts. I mean, look how smooth this thing is. You think these Technos are smooth like this? Wait till I put the aluminum drive chains. I've got the aluminum front and rear. Should be here tomorrow or the next day. I also am ordering titanium turnbuckles. And that pretty much covers the upgrades from this. Oh yeah, and I'm replacing all the arms. There's too much slop. Look at that. See that? That's too much. Can't have that. They're just worn out. I thought it was the little inserts, hinge pin that hold the hinge pins in, but it's not. It's the arms. The arms are just, they're worn. It's time to replace them. So if you have a Techno, you get 50% off. You send in your old parts, and it's 50% off on your new parts, which is badass. Nobody does that. That's what I love about Tech. One of the many things I love about Techno. They have a form. They have a form that they email to you. You print it out. You fill out the form. You take your old whatever you're sending them, put it in the thing, mail it to them. Obviously, you're paying shipping and handling. It's only a few bucks, or for me, it's a few bucks because they're local to me. And then what they do is they send you a code in your email, and you use that code and gives you 50% off on their website when you go to order, you know, your new whatever it is that you got replaced. So I will be replacing the arms. I might do the shock towers too. These shock towers, I guess what the guy did is he stripped them down. Probably got scuffed up. The only thing that I can say bad about Technos that I don't like is the way that their shock towers and the way that the wings are designed. When you flip these things, these shock towers get scratched up. Mugens don't. They protect them. You will not scratch up the Mugens because of the way that they're designed. You can't mess them up. Although, like on this one, I got to replace the post, the body mount post. Man, this thing got, when it flipped that one time on my video, it grinded that sucker down really good. So, as far as this thing's money. This thing's butter. It's ready to go. But I don't know what engine I'm going to run in it. I might get my LR, as soon as I get my LRP crank back, my modded LRP .32, I might run it in here. I don't know. But we'll see. That'll be a surprise. Will be a surprise appearance when I go to run that. So one last thing that I wanted to tell you guys is when you're doing your clutch setups, okay, one thing I want to recommend for clutch bearings is these right here. These are $1 a bearing. You get 10 bearings for 10 bucks. I think it's like 11 bucks maybe, some change. This is the company, TRB, Gearhead Addict. Shout out to Gearhead Addict. He uses these because he, followed my lead and he tried them out. He said these are, really good for how much they were, for how the low price, because I didn't think they were going to be all that good. I just let me try them. Man, these for the clutch, these things last pretty long. They work really good, especially when you're running on mods. And I just burn up bearings. You're going to burn up bearings on mods, obviously. Like I said, the clutch. This is a low-C clutch. I run one King heads. These are the King heads 7075 gold hard aluminum. I recommend them. Mr. 111 did a video a long time ago where he was talking about these King heads. These King heads wear way better, like almost twice as good as the Dynamite Max Lives. These will last you longer, and more importantly, they're cheaper. Look them up on eBay, and I believe they carry them, or Absolute Hobbies. King heads, 7075 hard gold. They're gold color, hard anodized. Hard anodized aluminum. I run also 2 Dynamites, so I run both. I run 2 of the Max Life, and then I run 2 of the King heads. And I run on modded motors. I run medium and light springs. On stock motors, I run medium and heavy. You can flip-flop them however you want. I have a Reds clutch that I'm ordering coming, and a Works clutch. I want to try the Works clutch. I know. Shout out again to 1/5 RC. His name's Chris. Unfortunately, his name is Chris. I give him a hard time about that. I said, man, your name's Chris. That sucks. He starts laughing. That's just a little, side joke. But anyway, yeah, I use also Max Life makes. If I on buggies, I run 3 shoe. I ran both, but I prefer to run 3-shoe. And if you run 3-shoe, I run 2 Max Life, because Max Life makes the shoes for 3-shoe. I run 2 Max Life, and I run just 1 standard aluminum. And on these, I'm usually using medium springs. So, anyway, we're going to run the Virtus in something. I don't know what I'm going to run it in. I was going to run the Reds, but I want to run the Virtus again. This thing, I want to run a little bit more fuel through it. It's still not broken in. It's still pretty new. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to fill you guys in on, the contest. Another suggestion, Pico pipes. If you want to try a really good bottom and mid pipe, very similar to the 86, try one of these Picos. They have different ones. This one is a 2120. I run a 41032 header on it, Novarosi, which I like. And I'm still looking for, on the hunt right now for a new buggy. I am going to build another Techno buggy because I have most of the parts. I have to get, a few other things. So I might build that one, and then I'm going to purchase me another buggy, and I'm not sure. I'm not in any hurry. I've got another motor. The P3's coming. I'm going to mod the Elite 5, like I told you guys. And I'm also looking for a Reds R5 Team Edition, just like the one that I have here, that was slightly modded by RB Mods. Okay. This is a badass motor. I really like these motors. The older ones that with the black heads, I haven't replaced the bearings because I know guys that have Reds have had bearing issues. And usually it's the ones with the red heads on them. These black ones, I've never had issues with them, either one of these motors. This one's more of the budget Reds. If you want a budget Reds, R5R Racer. This is a good motor though. You can pick one of these up for like, I think 200 and some change. Or you get the $300, $250 combo, which comes with the clutch. I think it comes with the pipe and everything too. But these ones are bad. They're hard to find, but they are out there still. And other than that, I was thinking about getting this thing modded, but I don't know. I like to keep just a couple good quality stock motors like the P5 and the Virtus, just in case I want to get back into racing. So, highly recommended on any stock .21. 9901 Novarosi 41021. So we are going to run, by the way, I'm going to run, for the first time, I am going to run the Triton Badass Triton 2148. If you want a pipe that outperforms the Novarosi 9886 and 41032 combo, try this nasty pipe. It's about the same price, about $100. Triton 2148 Badass. This thing spanks the 9886 ass. This is a badass pipe. This is the baddest low and mid pipe, and it's got some good top too. Now there's another one that Lance has been talking to me about. I think it's a 2130 or 2430, something like that. It has more top in. It's a screaming pipe. So anyway, I also recommend Protect clutch bells because they have the oversized bearing. I use a lot of these. I mean, I have Mugans. I've got Reds ones. I've got a bunch of different kinds. I've got Serpent, which are good. But I use a lot of the Protects. They're very affordable, and they come with the bearings when you buy them. I think they're like $15 or something like that, $20. They're not too bad. But yeah, that's it. So first place gets a fresh motor. No, it won't be this. It'll be a badass motor. Okay, and it'll be an Italian motor because that's all I own. I don't own rice burners. Alright, so that's all I got, man. And when this is all said and done, and hopefully Mr. Potato Head can just forget about me. Forget that I exist. And I've told him this before. Do what you planned on doing when you came into RC. Forget I even exist. Don't even mention my name. Don't even mention anything. You don't have to mention anything. And I won't mention anything about him. And I haven't. And all of a sudden he just comes out of nowhere, jumps on Mr. Bodagel's coattails, start sucking his nuts, trying to get on his good side. And everybody, you guys can't see that. If you can't see that, you guys are blind and naive, because it's the only reason that he's doing that is he's trying to get on John's good side. Like I said, this guy is just one of those fair weather friends who tells you that you're an asshole and calls you all these names and slanders you, but turns around and says, oh, but you know what, I really like you. Like, give me a fucking break, man. And on top of that, try to play the victim, like, oh, it's him, I'm attacking him. Come on, man. Anyway, that's all I got, people, man. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. This video probably won't be up right away, so that by the time you guys see it, it might be, the next day. I'm working a lot, so I'm probably not going to be able to do any videos as far as running, except for on the weekends. So my birthday's this week, so anyway, that's all the Muggy's got for now. The cave's coming along. If anybody can tell me, I will give somebody a goodie. I'll give somebody something. I'll send somebody some Muggy juice. How's that? Whatever. I'll give somebody a goodie. Tell me what body that's from. Some guy gave it to me, and I don't know. I want to paint it, but I don't even know what it goes to. It's something old school, some kind of stadium design. You can tell by looking at it, but I don't even know what vehicle it goes on. So anyway, if somebody can tell me, make a comment. Who else shout out to? Shout out to, Just Joe, my brother, man, over in New York. Hope everything's going good. Shout out to Lead RC. I missed your call, bro. Remember, I'm working from 8 in the morning till usually around 7 at night. So in between there, you're not going to really get the Muggy. For those of you guys that have my number, and that's just some information for you. So, and I usually try to give Elite a call in the morning on my way to work. So I know it's like a 3-hour difference from where he's at. I think he's in Chi-Town. He's in Chicago. He's from Chicago. Alright, people. That's all I got. Muggy Maniac will catch you guys. And remember, man, no matter what you do whatever makes you happy. Don't do what people tell you to do, or don't worry about none of that. You just do what you want to do. Do what you want to do and what makes you happy. At the end of the day, as long as you had a good attitude, no matter what happened, and learn something, that's all. That's all this is about. Learning, having a great attitude, and sharing it with people, man. All this bullshit that's going on, unfortunately, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. But anyway, this isn't my first rodeo, and I'm geared and ready to go, people. I'm armed with facts, truth, and evidence. So don't get that twisted, people. Okay? Make sure if you shelf cleaning your stuff, set your piston bottom dead center. Put some juice in there. I'm out.